Hi everyone, it's Roisin and Scott from the Complete Dancer Project. Our inaugural Get the Edge workshop is coming up really soon and we're very excited to bring you a whole range of interesting topics on that day. But to give you a little taster, this is one of the most fundamental but necessary elements of being a good and safe Irish dancer. It's doing an effective and appropriate warm-up. We're here at the gym, so you might hear some crashing and banging as the athletes here warm up for their activity.
So, as the name says on the tin, a warm-up is about getting warmed up. It's about getting your heart rate up, it's about increasing your body temperature and getting you prepared to go and dance. An effective warm-up between 15 and 20 minutes has been shown to greatly reduce your likelihood of getting injured. An effective warm-up needs to be progressive, so that you need to start small and slow and get bigger and faster as you go along. It needs to be dynamic. You're going to go dancing, so you've got to be ready to move. It needs to be whole body. The more muscle we get working, the quicker you will warm up and the more effective your warm up will be, and it needs to be adaptable. You need to be able to change it to person, to place, where you are in your stage of dance.
So a couple of tips for Irish dancers in particular. I've noticed that when Irish dancers go to warm up, the first thing they'll do is they'll take off their top, they'll take off their long trousers and they'll warm up with their t-shirts and their shorts. Don't do that. Keep your clothes on, stay warm to get warm. Use good footwear, so don't warm up in your dancing shoes, warm up in a good pair of runners. And keep it interesting, so there's a million ways to move your body. So get different people to lead the workshop, or lead the warm-up perhaps every time. Find new and creative ways to move. Change the music up and keep it interesting. But it's really important that we do it effectively. So for instance, we might start, as Scott said, nice and low-key, so we might do some just jogging on the spot, some boxer shuffles, some nice gentle jumping jacks, some strides. He's going for full lunge jumps. Yeah. Okay, and then you can build it up, make it a little bit more challenging. So high knees, pumping those arms, some burpees, and some squat jumps. Whatever works for you, just make it progressive and keep it moving.
We might mention earlier about adaptability. So this is if you need something a little bit extra, if there's one part of you that's tight, do a little bit more of the exercise that we'll hit those parts. If you've got an exercise that you really, really like, go with that. The other part of adaptability is if you're coming back from injury, is to reduce the amount of, for example, lower leg load. What you can do instead is do more upper body work. So boxing type movements such as this, whole body movement, no bouncing through the lower legs. Another adaptability component is using something like a mini tramp, where you're not putting the same amount of work through your lower body, but you're still getting that spring and that bounce.
Okay. So a really important part of this is to be able to do your stretching appropriately. So dynamic stretching is what's recommended for warm-up. Static stretching is when we hold our stretches for a long period, and that's appropriate for cool down. But for a warm-up, we want to keep those stretches to about between 3 and 5 seconds and move them on fast. Okay, so we can do things like lunge walking, side-to-side lunges, working on the inner and outer legs, quad walks, working on the front of the thighs. Okay, inchworms. This hits a whole range of posterior leg muscles in the back, and calf pumps. Great.
Once you get warm, stay warm. So if you're in class and there's a quiet moment, keep moving. Pick any one of these exercises and knock out a few more. Likewise, if you're at a fesh and you're competing later on in the morning, later on in the day, you need to cool down afterwards and have the time to then re-warm up again.
So this is just a whistle-stop tour through warm-up. We'll be going into it in more depth at our workshop day, and we will be talking about a whole range of other exciting, relevant and valuable activities. So until then, bye-bye.